Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to everyone. It is my privilege to introduce our ATL mentor. He is working as a senior manager in ARM, Architecture and Technology Group for the next generation processor technology. He has 20 years of software experience in the field of embedded system, consumer electronics and semiconductor domain. Now he will guide us to develop our skills. Let's take a look.
Hello everyone. This is Saurov, and thanks Bhaskar for introducing myself. I appreciate it. Uh, so we'll start today. Let us begin. This is my first class with you, and I hope all of you are safe at home, doing pretty good. So let me just to give you an introduction of myself. Just a moment. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Okay, I'm some glitch here. Okay, so do you know me? Of course not, right? You do not know me. Bhaskar has given the introduction. That's good. So I am your mentor of change for Atal Tinkering Lab. And when I say mentor, you can understand like I am your friend, I am your philosopher and guide. So apart from the regular tinkering, what we'll be doing in the tinkering labs, if you have any issues in your day-to-day life where you are struggling to take a decision or you don't know how to react to that particular situation, please reach out to me. I am always there, open to you. I am ready to help. I will be more than happy to help you out at any point of time. Uh, and Bhaskar has my contact details. If you need, just ask him for my details so that you can reach out to me. Because in life, the decisions or how you take the situation depends on the perspective, how you see that, right? So apart from that, I like to emphasize that I work on with ARM in Architecture and Technology Group, and mostly it's a semiconductor company. It's a fabless semiconductor company where we deal with from embedded software to the processor architecture to whatnot. I will give more details as and when we go through our different mentoring sessions about my company if required. Uh, Other thing I'd like to emphasize that I have been mentoring with Newark Academy of Science for the last 3 to 4 years, I would say, and I have mentored nearly 14 projects, which is of biodiversity, that is tracking life underwater. We have also taken challenge on sustainable development goals, UN sustainable development goals for the challenge 2030. There are certain aerospace and space technology challenges also. So this what does this activity? So we generally I mentor students like you guys from age group 13 to 19 across the globe from different countries where they virtually meet over a mentoring tool or over an interface, and then they design an idea. They first of all they do an ideation, then they do kind of design activities, design thinking. They understand what are the outcomes, what are the things they can do, and then they finally develop a prototype, which is more of virtual in the true sense. It may not be the real life prototype. So that's an interesting activity. In case if you are also interested, let me know. I will also like you to participate there as well in those challenges. It is quite interesting, I will say. So that's a little bit of about myself. If you have any questions, ask me at any point of time. The other thing today, I'm just in this today introductory call. I like to talk about a little bit, uh, the life lessons, especially, or rather, I will say, how the things in our life, how should we perceive them? How should we take those, or what are the things we should be doing? What are the things we should not be doing? Right? I will give a introduction of each one of these one by one, so that you can understand that things need to be thought the way or the should not be thought the way we are thinking right now, but it has to be thought in a different way, right? So for example, just let me get, so this is the lesson one I'm trying to tell you for today. Say I give you an example. Now you see, I have three images of the great personalities of the world. We have Mark Zuckerberg. So he is the founder and CEO of the Facebook. It's an online community of 2 billion users. I mean, it's a multi-billion dollar company. We have our great poet, philosopher, and whatnot, Gurudev Rabindranath Thakur. And we have the ace footballer, Lionel Messi. Now, I ask you a simple question. Like, if I ask you to put one of them out of three, two in the first place in the victory podium, whom will you put? Just think, whom will you put? You are thinking, right? Okay, you will be putting Messi. So if you like football, you will definitely put Messi in the first place. If you like, you know, if you like the understand the philosophy of Rabindranath Tagore, or you like poetry very much, you will put Rabindranath Tagore. Now, and if you are a very, or I'll say, right, a ardent user of Facebook and a fan of Facebook, then definitely you will put Mark Zuckerberg. Or if you have an entrepreneur bent of mind, you will definitely put Mark Zuckerberg. So the answers varies from person to person. Or you may think the other way, like you want to gauge each person by some traditional way of thinking, like who has the most money, or maybe who looks most handsome, or who has the you know what I mean, I don't have anything. I mean, you will try to gauge with a single yardstick. Uh, that okay, and then based on that you can put the first place. So what I'm trying to say is that that is not the right way. Every individual is unique, and they have their own talents. So one small story I like to tell you today about. So on 14th of July 1930, you can Google in the net also, when Einstein met Tagore, right? So when Albert Einstein, in his home in, I think, I would not remember. So he invited Rabindranath Tagore to his home, and they had a long discussion, right? It was mostly on the debate of science and religion, right? The ever tussling, I mean, it's most stimulating discussion they had, right? So after the discussion, once they are out, I mean, one of the journalists had asked uh, Albert Einstein, "Sir, how discussion went, and what is your opinion about Rabindranath Tagore?" So he replied in a very small few sentences, right? So at any point, if Rabindranath Tagore wants to be Albert Einstein, he can be. But if Einstein wants to be Rabindranath Tagore, he cannot be. So just understand that such a great scientist who has developed such a, scientist like who has developed the EMC square formula, or who has a relativity theory, which today also defines a little bit of the universe and all the Big Bang theories, whatever the big, that boson particle, the whatever we are having, are based on his principle. So look at his how he thought. I mean, and so like our poet Rabindranath Tagore is, I will say, billion times intelligent than Albert Einstein, or I will say Albert Einstein is same intelligence as Rabindranath Tagore. I am not taking the call. I mean, just to give a perception. Don't take my words as is. What I'm trying to say is that one has become a spiritual leader kind of thing, or other, not a spiritual leader, say like a poet who try to define life in its own way, who has gone into the path of arts, and the other guy has gone into a path of science and try to define the universe. The same thing Rabindranath Tagore has also done. So bottom line, or the moral of the story, is that don't try to judge everyone on by the same yardstick, but everyone has its own talent. So I mean, just I'll give you a simple, so like this is a best example to give you, right? So what Albert Einstein told, everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Like, I mean, just see the picture. So there is one gentleman, he's trying to ask all the animals here, like the elephant, the monkey, the birds, like for a fair selection, everybody has to take the same exam. Please climb that tree. It's obvious that the first animal that can climb the tree is the bird. Maybe the monkey can follow, right? But the fish will not be able to do. But is that a fair exam, do you think? So just to emphasize that sometimes you feel like, okay, I am not good at maths, I am not good at playing football, but there is something that I think that I am good at, right? Try to take that perspective. That is more important. Try to don't compare yourself with others, with your peers. Try to compare yourself, like what you are yesterday, what you are today, and what you are going to be tomorrow, right? So if you compare that, then you'll be quite happier, quite competitive, I'll say. But if you try to take the same judgmental call that, okay, my friend is good at mathematics, it may happen that the friend is not good at the sprint running, right? I mean, it may happen that one friend is good at mathematics, but he may not be good at writing good English essays. So not taking to the state that you should not be good at, you should be definitely good at, but don't compare your capability with the others, because everyone is unique here. You understand what I'm trying to say, right? If you have any questions, we'll discuss more on this. So this is what I'm trying to emphasize upon. Like, I mean, just one another example I'm giving, like from my own example, right? So my son, one day he came to me and said, "Papa, I want a PS4." Why you need a PS4? He said, I go and play with my friend, but he is very good at that. He has mastered all the online games and he can play very nice. But every time he defeats me, but I am not able to. But so I want to practice at home. Okay, so if this is what you want to be, then I told, okay, ask your friend. Just to give a little bit of background, my son is very good at running on the field, right? Running on sprint running basically. So even if you see, I can show that here's the medals that he got actually. So I asked, can you ask your friend to run with you on the field and able to defeat you? Or rather, I take the other way. Whatever money you want, you take it from me, right? But get me a medal like what you want. Then he just, I mean, medal means don't just go to the shop and buy the medal, not like that. The same achievement that you had, can you get me that? Then he asked. And see, you are trying to do something which is not in your, which is not under your capability, or not under your DNA. Why are you trying to achieve that? So I just given him, he understood. Okay, so I am good at. Uh, and next day I saw him that he called his friend and asked him, okay, let's run. Uh, so this is the perspective. Another example I will give you. So this is one of the video I observed. Basically, one guy was stating that. So there was on a street. I mean, there was an archer who is, the street show where the archer is just shooting bows and arrows, and he's hitting the target. I mean, exactly on the bullseye. Perfection to the extreme you can think of. And whenever he is hitting, a guy nearby who has an oil shop, who is to pour oil and give it to you, he's saying, "Oh, it's just a matter of practice. Oh, it's just a matter of practice. It's just a matter of practice." Whenever the archer is hitting the bullseye or he's hitting the center of the target, he's saying, "Oh, it's just a matter of practice." So the uh, archer got irritated, and he got so much irritated that he came to that guy. I think he asked, "Hey, you are saying it's a matter of practice. It's a matter of practice. Okay, take this bow, take this arrow. Now go and shoot." So the guy went and shoot, and even he could not hit the outer ring of the target also. Right? Now see, you cannot hit the outer ring of the target, and you are just saying it's a matter of practice. Then, if you can say it's a matter of practice, come on, show me. Can you do this? The archer challenged him. Then the guy said, "No, I cannot do." But he said, come with me also." Then he take his to his shop, and then say, he has shown. So what he has done is that he has taken a can of oil and a small bottle. It's a small hole there, right? I mean, the bottle, the neck is not that wide, right? No. And he has not used any fan. And he take that oil. From a long distance, long and far away, he just poured that oil. And the whole oil came to that bottle with not a single drop spillover. They say, "Can you do this?" So the archer is silent, right? So what does it? So do you think the archer is more perfectionist than the oil distributor? No, right? So it's again how you take the perspective, how where you stand. This is very important in your life to understand. If you if you try to again if you try to do something which is not you are not good at, right? Then maybe, or which does not interest you, may not be successful. Right? But definitely there are certain rules. I mean, I will not say that you just run away or escape from that. Is it just try to find out why you are not? It's because you are lacking the effort, or it is because you don't like it, or it is because whatever effort you put, you are not able to make it. Right? So I mean, even the question will come. So what should I do? Should I give up? for doing something, or should I continue? So again, I will say this is the question coming in terms of mastery. I'll not say that to give up, which is a basic requirement of you. Like for example, if you're struggling, if you're struggling to make the the basic education, the primary education they're doing, if you're trying to uh, if you're struggling into that, try to give more effort. Try to find out where is the problem, and try to overcome that. Hope this lesson will help you to take the perspective whatever you have, and then accordingly you can take more interesting decision, or you will feel not to feel low when you are not good at. Just remember that you are also good at something, right? By this, I will end the lesson today, and I will have the next lesson later on. Thanks, and stay safe at home. Stay healthy at home. Always have this protective coverage. This is the Raksha coverage with you whenever you go out, and make sure that you maintain the social distancing. We are going through a tough time. Remember that. Okay, see you again. Have a nice day ahead.